an East Africa affairs analyst. Thank you for being with us on the program. I want to get your initial thoughts on Raisi's tour and how this will benefit the countries he's in cooperation with, as well as Iran.
I think it's one which is interesting, the timing, starting with Zimbabwe, which is the last phase, the last part of his tour. Quite clearly is the case that Zimbabwe was and has been under heavy Western sanctions. So has Iran. So this is the concluding part of the trip is a space between two people with similar kind of experiences. And in this case, if you want to look back to Uganda, Uganda is a country that has been playing both the West and the East. And for a very long time, the Ugandan president being the face, if you like, of the West in this sub-region. Ugandan president at the moment himself, not particularly very popular in the West, but likes to manipulate these countries and this continent. So in Africa's case, you would say that the only unusual space is Kenya, as far as the historical, traditional East-West relations are concerned. But in Uganda's case, quite understandable, considering, as I said, the nature of the regime we have here. In Zimbabwean case, their experiences. In Kenya, slightly much more pragmatic for the Kenyan president, Mr. Ruto, in the sense that Kenya traditionally has been a core Western ally. In fact, if anything, in much more recent times, you would say that, well, the guys, particularly in Tel Aviv, may not be particularly happy that an Iranian president can come in and walk out without a major headline hitting particularly Western doors.
What are some of the most important deals that he potentially has struck with the leaders of these African nations that will benefit both sides? The economics of it all is at the top of their agenda, I'm assuming.
I think quite clearly all African countries, all the three countries, the conversations about the economics, but as an underlying bit of it is security. But below that is also a question of a nuanced message to the West that from African perspective that they can now do most of the things they want with whoever they want generally. And in Iranian's case, there's also a major one, considering that they now can come onto many of these capitals without many of these leaders being whipped. But generally, I think petroleum products, Iran is substantially experienced, when it comes to petroleum and oil, and many of these countries are themselves developing. In Uganda's case, actually, they've had shambolic experiences trying the developments. But on this occasion, I think they will do very well with the Iranian skills and expertise. On the other, Iran wants agricultural products in Africa. Iran wants to expand, its trade, particularly, as I said, in agriculture, industrial sectors, and also being able to say that they can do with Africa what most other nations in the West, and indeed much more recent Eastern nations, are able to do. Iran has always presented itself as a major power, by and large, as a major civilization. It's sort of like it's a message, including, if you like, perhaps even to the Turkeys of this world these days.
Right. Joseph Ochieno, thank you so much for that analysis. It was a pleasure speaking to you.